Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Tyranny. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're supposed to join me today as Paradox gives me another reward, because of course I have my login in, so let's just put that over there, and of course I remind you I'm not special because of that. It kind of sounds like I'm coming off as oh, it's me. No, it's not. You can, if you have the game, you can log into your Paradox account and get those bonuses as well. But I wanted to start the episode by presenting you Siren over here. Siren is effectively like I think she's kind of close to the Bard in Pillars of Eternity. Which the only one I played with was that guy that wants to go to not Kaer Morhen. What's the name of the whatever, the stronghold, and she has 4 songs, so I decided to go with the Bringer of Death song over here. It's got 3 stanzas apparently, and basically this debuffs the enemies, and I like that. There's some that do damage, there's some that increase that buff our friends, and yeah, these two do that, although they're kind of a mixture. It's interesting. I haven't played with her yet, so I guess we'll find out today, maybe, if we get ourselves into combat. That is that. I also leveled her up, so she has a few abilities. She doesn't have that much lore, so she's not that great at spellcasting, unfortunately. We really need to get ourselves a trainer, but, well, we'll see how that goes. So for right now, let's go up here, let's have a chat. So we came through here, right? Yes, we did. Okay, so we came through here, we visited all of these houses. I think we went in there as well. What's that for? What was that for? What? Eldian's house. Yeah, we went in there. We got a merchant, Helena, over here. We got Vintara. Did we do this? I guess we'll find out. So let's just get this over there, and that is a bronze dagger. It goes straight into the stash. We have an iron walker over here. We have people training over here. This sounds promising. Hello? Can I talk to you guys? My duty awaits. Does it really? What about down here? Got people with dogs, people sleeping, stone shields, and just normal people. Hey, doggy. What's up, man? Nope, don't do that. Send in you.
Ah, got it.
Yeah, what did we get? We got a broken hilt. Sounds interesting. And investigate this item. Bring this item to a blacksmith at the Spire Forge upgrade to investigate it further. Yeah, I still haven't gotten to that one. We got a scroll over there. Bronze ingot and Calca de Desincadungos, whatever that was. No trainers. No trainers. Very unfortunate. Man, we're getting a bunch of subterfuge training over here. Pretty good.
Got it.
Get all of that. Yes, they call. Just, that's that.
Right.
And do you talk to me, sir? Stone Shield? No. Please leave me be. Yeah, it really doesn't want to be disturbed. So I guess no trainers for us. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it, to be honest, before. I wasn't feeling the trainers being here, so yeah. So we came through. Yeah, we definitely went in there. We came through over here, and we visited all of those places. Let's turn on fast mode, and let's just have a chat here with Vintara. I think I talked to him or her. Good day to you, Fatebinder. The soldier gives you a brief salute, then she stands at attention. My name is Vintara. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing. Commander, it's been a while since I took leave at the crossing. This is Barrick talking. Glad to see you have everything in order. Barrick, I haven't seen you since the march on Stalwart. It seems that you've done well for yourself since then. She looks him up and down. What happened to you out there? I picked up some extra baggage along the way. Nothing I can't handle. Well, you look a mess. First chance you get, I want to see you in proper uniform. Understood? Without waiting for a response, she returns to your attention. What can I help you with? So how's the situation with the Bane sin? What? Bin, not sin. Bin. And I gained Wrath with this favored. Which is not that bad, but it did bring me up to Wrath level, or tier 1. I think I wasn't there before. Well, that depends on your point of view. If you're one of those or these ring counters, the situation has been just fine. The disfavored have and continue to fight the Bane, just as you commanded years ago. The settlement is safe, though we bear this burden alone and have paid for it in blood. Yeah, they kind of hold me. I don't know if some like the fact that I brought them here, others don't. It's kind of weird. Can you give me some information on what is happening in Lethian's Crossing here? Our current orders, she says, are to garrison Lethian's Crossing. We are to secure the safety of the Forge Bound, the sanctity of Kairos' laws, and the well-being of the settlers. And we're dealing with a gang of Free City mercenaries. We need to with a gang of Free Cities mercenaries. We need to club back to Setting Sun. Well, that's not the official order, but you get the idea. There's a small matter of a thief in town, but I would not bother you with such trifles right now. I'm sure my soldiers can handle it. Well, if that's the case, then that's the case, I suppose. I really don't know if I went in there, though, now that I see that she wasn't talked to already. So let's go over here, and the loading screens for the interiors should take a little time, yeah. Eldian. Well met, Fatebinder, and welcome to Lethian's Crossing. The sunburned man dips his head in greetings. An outsider never arrives alone. At least that is what my mother's always said. Yeah, seems she knew what she was talking about. He nods thoughtfully at his own words. I'm Eldian. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing. Well, if it isn't Tunon's Fatebinder, welcome back to Lethian's Crossing. I haven't seen you around since you put this favorite in charge of everything. He looks you over. Must say my memory seems to be failing, something I never thought I'd say. The way people talk about how you came through and drove the Brotherhood out of town, you should be 10 feet tall and shoot lightning from your eyes. Well, from the hands, but sure. I seem to remember you being a little more human. Can't always tell the content of a pie from its crust, though, can you? Thankfully that his favorite haven't been too bad. At least you didn't choose the Scarlet Chorus to be our overlords. Yeah, I think I did the best choice there. But enough of my prattling. You didn't come here for a history lesson or to get my my opinion of your grandeur. He waves his hand dismissively at his previous comments. What can this old fool do for you? Can I ask you some questions about Lethian's Crossing? Oh, if you have questions about our settlement, I'm the one to ask. I have the dubious distinction of being the oldest living resident of Lethian's Crossing, so I've been here for a lot of its history. Eyes, hips, hair, and hearing might be failing, but my mind still remembers everything that happened here. What would you like to know about? I'll do my best not to go on too long about it. I know I have a problem keeping my conversation short. Okay, I'd like to ask you about the crossing's history. If you have questions about the goings-on in the crossing, I'm the one to ask. I've been here for more of its history than anyone else. What you would like to know? Who was Lethian? Oh, yeah. Oh, the biggest pain in the ass I ever knew? He turns bright red, blushing at his words, then lets out a huge guffaw. I suppose I shouldn't talk about my mother like that. She was a mediocre merchant, but a great leader. The war in the northern kingdoms cost her a very lucrative trade route up north, but she managed to earn trade stewardships from Kyrus, and for a short time she had a monopoly on grain, salt, and tin here in the tiers. What did my grandmother say? Give a blind man time and a pile of rocks and eventually he'll hit a target. Well, not to say she didn't deserve it, but I think luck played a bigger part in her success than actual talent. But Kyrus gives and Kyrus takes. Next year, Lethian was stripped of her rights, trade rights. Suddenly she had a large staff but no goods to trade and no means to pay anyone. But she was a stubborn one and knew if she just kept at it, eventually things would turn around for her. She figured the trade goods could come to us. The location was good enough. It's crazy how that would happen. So she decided to concentrate on making an existing local settlement into the center of commerce for the tiers, and by the claws of a beast, she did just that. I thought she was crazy choosing a town nestled up on the old walls, but apparently she knew what she was doing. It wasn't long after that it was renamed Lethian's Crossing. With the bridges over the old walls, this was the only place to go if you wanted to take weeks off of your trip. Eventually, she hired the Bronze Brotherhood to act as our local guards. We were big enough to and had enough commerce to warrant the protection. So Lethian was your mother, huh? Of course. How did you think I became the Reeve of the Crossing? It's certainly not my storytelling or charm. I may be the oldest living resident here, but that's certainly not a good enough reason to make someone a leader. Though, come to think of it, neither is just being the offspring of the former leader. But like it or not, that's how things are. My mother was a wonderful woman. She might not have been the nicest person, and she might have been overfond of a dalliance here and there, or there, but who isn't? May her rest be ever free of disturbance. How did you build the old walls bridges? Lethian was the mastermind of that. She could tie a knot with one hand, one string. I remember watching her draw systems of ropes and knots in the sand, telling me what they would do when built. I thought she was crazy. She says she got the idea for the bridges from seeing galleys pulled out of the water into the dock. Apparently, the hardest part was getting the initial climbing team to brave the old walls and set the first eyes, but apparently you can pay a man enough rings for him to overcome his fear of old walls predators. Why did you settle here? Well, necessity. The rope bridges let us cross the old walls. With them, it didn't matter what the trade rights we had. We'd be at a crossroads to the northern tiers, an unbeatable location. The siege of Ardent and the Bastard City ended up helping us. All the folks heading to points east crossed through our little settlement, and many of them decided to stake a claim with us. By then, Lethian discovered there was iron in our rivers. She thought it'd make us rich, but it also made us a target. The old walls don't make passage through the area easy, and our bridges cut days to weeks off a trip. Lethian's Crossing is the best bet to get your shipment where it needs to go. Mix a mother hull of iron ore into it, and we suddenly had a target painted on us. And what is Kairos' interest in the crossing? Well, iron, plain and simple. Now we have the forge bound here, toiling away with the ore they pull from the river. We're being squeezed for our resources. If you're after a drink, better squeeze fruit than a stone. And it would seem many people find us to be very juicy indeed. There was a merchant who tried to peddle iron rocks as magical because they came from areas near the old walls. One of the people he sold to happened to be a disfavored courier. The courier then showed the rock to a forge-bound master who immediately recognized its potential for making superior weapons. It was brought to Kairos' attention, and soon after, soldiers and forge-bound came to Lethian's Crossing. They came with such force, our options were to either comply with with what they wanted, or die. Why does the Brotherhood want Lethian's Crossing back? Wait a minute, land? No. Oh, land, yeah, okay, yeah. Land, breathing stock. They've been here longer than I have, so maybe they considered it home too, but Kairos' purse masters are no longer paying them to fight. And if a mercenary is killing for free, something's suspect. In the end, I suppose it doesn't matter. Rayatomon will never let go. He feels he owns this town, and he aims to take it, to have it be his. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to deal with that. What can you tell me about the Spire? He shakes his head. Sometimes I wonder why Lethian thought it was a good idea to settle here. We had already a Bane problem before the Forge-bound setup here. Now that they're using the crossing as one of their main forges, the Bane issue is even worse. Since the Bane are drawn to magical energy, we have to be on constant alert for them escaping. The Scarlet Chorus did what they could against the Bane that escaped years ago, but even the sheer number of the Chorus aren't always enough. Yeah, what happened there? I know about the Scarlet Chorus, but what did they do? Oh, it doesn't let me right-click. Yeah, it doesn't let me, for some reason. That's it? Says Siren. There are Bane in the old walls? We asked you about some of the most powerful magic in the tiers, and you tell us a tidbit of information we already know? Well, I'm sorry, miss. I wasn't aware it was that important. I've been inside there all of one time in my life, and I don't plan on going back in there ever again. So if you want more information, you'll need to ask someone else. As for my uncle, as my uncle used to say, don't ask the dog what the pig has been up to. I can tell you what I know, nothing more. How did you seal the door? I have a keystone that can be used to open or seal the door. One of Kairos' soldiers found it while they were looking for a way to seal the doors to keep the Bane from escaping. The sealed doors is only a temporary measure, though. It holds the Bane back for now, but it won't last much longer. I fear what will happen to Lethian's Crossing if the Bane escape. Can I get the seal? That'll be an interesting thing. Tell me your thoughts on the Bronze Brotherhood. Yeah, because we're gonna need to kill them, because they insulted me. They were here since the crossing was founded, he says. Lethian herself hired them to protect the settlement when it was just getting started. A fledgling town in the shadow of the old walls. They did such a good job, she kept them on as our peacekeepers, and that's how things went. At least until you decided to oust them and put someone else in their place. Can't say I wouldn't have done the same, truth be told. Taking pay from our employers is always going to end badly if you can't make both of them happy. On top of that, it seems lately that Rayatomon is traveling a path no one can see, and I don't want to see what's at the end of it. Yeah, we did that, of course, in a conquest. So tell me what you think about the disfavored. Strict curfews, frequent searches, and no forgiveness for missed iron and grain quotas? That's the ill of it. But the sentries keep constant vigil and treat us with respect. Politeness, even. Most of them call me elder and bow. If someone's going fishing in your pocket and taking your crops, may as well be kind about it. The disfavored are committed to honor and dignity in all dealings, says Barrick. Yeah, it's definitely not the situation I would have chosen, but things can always be worse. The water might be up to your knees, but it also could be up to your nose, if it is what my grandmother used to tell me. Yeah, this guy has a lot of sayings. I mean, he's old. I mean, I guess that might make it a little bit... It's a little bit cliche, though, to have him be like that, but yeah. Well, it's a cliche guy, I guess. There's people like that. What of the Earthshaker mages? Well, a few have passed through the crossing in recent times, all headed south to the Stone Sea. At least that's the word of it. The mages didn't stay for long. He gestures to the massive stone facade of the old walls, and I'm glad they kept on traveling. If some madman cast a spell that cracked the foundations of the old wall, praise Kairos it hasn't happened. Yeah, what of the Forgebound? While they toil away in their forge houses, day in, night out. Kyrus's forces keep them well guarded, since they know how to work binding ore into weapons harder than stone or bronze. I've delivered food and kindling to the forge houses, but never had much contact with the artisan mages. Yeah, we met them before. How have your interactions with the Scarlet Court has been? Can't say that I have a strong opinion one way or the other, really. They didn't seem to care much about leaving the settlement behind. Once the decision was made to let the disfavored have control, they left, and I haven't seen much of them since. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need directions around here, though. He laughs and puts a hand on your shoulder. I completely understand. The crossing can be a bit intimidating the first time someone arrives, but, well, it's not as complicated as it looks. The river is named Portuscore, and it flows down the middle of the settlement. The waterfalls pouring over the old walls are Sunrise and Moonrise. The west waterfall is Sunrise because of how the sun hits it in the morning, and Moonrise got its name due to how it glows during a full moon. The crossing itself is broken up into districts named after the waterfalls. The west side of the river is the Sunrise District, and the east side of the river is the Moonrise District. The different levels of Lethian's crossing don't really have names, but most people refer to them as the tiers. My home is considered part of the ground tier. The forge is on the first tier, both in the Moonrise District. Okay, well, I'll be on my way then. Well, it was good to know and learn a little bit about this place, but I think we are done in exploring Lethian's Crossing. We are going to go into the Spire and try to figure out what exactly... Oh, I forgot, yeah, the loading screen. Try to figure out what we can do there. So I'll see you at the Spire. The Spire? No, the Spire. And here we are. I guess training is not a thing we can really do, unfortunately. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. This thing also reminds me of Tunon's place. It might be just artistic direction, I guess it would be, but yeah, let's see what this is. Oh yeah, okay. So we have only one real place to go to, unless these doors... No, these doors can't be open. So let's go in here, and hopefully we'll get ourselves into trouble. Nope, pressing the wrong keys here to save the game there. Okay, there it is. And the quick saves are pretty quick. That's pretty good. I mean, although later on in the game, if this uses the same underlying saving technology that, and I think it does, as in Pillars of Eternity, it's gonna take a while, the later quick saves. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I know how to maximize the mini-map and combat log window.
Mother always told me to stay away from spires. Not that I ever listened.
Well, I know exactly... Ooh, okay, we have... Oh boy. What the hell? Oh, and... This chamber immediately reminds you of Ascension Hall. An intricate rune running along the floor can only mean one thing. You stand at the feet of a great spire. Each step you take echoes across a great distance. As you gaze upwards, the sage-colored walls quickly give way to unending blackness. The rune in the center of the floor is inactive, and the silence of the hall offers no clues as to its use or function. You feel a slight tug in your chest, a faint echo of energy that enveloped you at Vengerance Well. Okay, disable the fast mode. Want to see what that is. That's a rune. It's gotta be a rune. It's for lore. This sunken relief. Oh, it's the rune. Yeah. Let's make a charcoal. Pressing charcoal to the parchment, you capture a blurry but proportionate image of the ancient relief. Okay, and of course we now don't have Lantry, so he's not gonna be able to tell us.
Watch where you step. This has trap written all over it.
Does it? I don't see anything. And certainly you won't, because you're terrible at it. So... Okay. Let's activate this one. And that one. Huh. These groves in the floor are inlaid with dim incandescent material. Yeah, that glimmers upon closer inspection. They appear to intersect at various angles, forming a myriad of potential shapes similar to the rubbing you found. Okay, so can I disable them? Or maybe this resets them? Yeah. Okay, so I need to figure out the rubbing. How do I do that? Incomplete charcoal rubbing. Oh, okay. So a portion of an unknown sigil has been recorded on this scroll. The charcoal imprint is rough and incomplete. Okay, so we have two X's right next to each other, connected up there. So I would think that these things are... Oh, I can... Yeah. So, yeah, let's look at it. So I would think that these things here would be these things there. But it makes no sense, so I can't look at it. It could be this. Yeah, it's right there. So it would be that one, That one. The same on this side. And that one. And then it connects the both axes, but it doesn't. Oh, no, 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 no. Wait a minute. It doesn't connect. Oh, I need to click them again? Oh, oh, I see. The connections work a little bit differently. Basically, you need to... yeah, you can see how that's going. Of course, I don't know if this is going to activate anything, but... it's incomplete. So we can't really do much. Oh, pressing the wrong keys here. No, pressing the wrong keys. Well, it's incomplete. So I'm gonna let it be like that, and I'm gonna get out of here, since I can't really tell much from that. Much else. That, it looks like... doesn't it look like it can... I think so. I think I need to connect these two around here as well. Let's try that as well. So I activate this one, and that connects over there. I double-click this one so it can connect over here. And then I do this, and then that one over there. Right? It worked! It worked! Holy crap! It worked. Okay, so save the game. So let's see what happens. Oh, we just clicked there. Oh, we just clicked there. Here we go! It's another Spire. This one is not... it's the same loading screen. And it's... is it the same Spire? Is it the same level, I guess, but no. No, I think it's a little bit different. Are we gonna be teleported up here, or... yeah. Oh boy. The arcane light courses skyward, trailing off towards the horizon in the direction of Vendrian's Well. You feel the ground ripped out from beneath you yet again, as you drift back into the warmth of the energy surrounding you. Your awareness stretches beyond the limits of this spire, pulling in many directions at once. The light you saw arcing through the sky reminds you of the tether you feel to the top of the Vendrian's Well. This too is a point of connection. You are an inextricable part of it, bound as surely as the spires are to each other. The Sunset Spire in Lethian's Crossing feels burdened by its age, as if a central linchpin somewhere in its core has weathered the centuries of oppressive weight and longs to topple. The surge of energy that courses through you, forming a link with Vendrian's Well, strengthens the very stones beneath your feet. The structural weakness you detected vanishes, replaced by confidence that could keep this tower standing for millennia. If I threw a dagger from up here, says Verse, I wager it could split a man on the ground in half. Damn, I want to try. From here, even the old walls seem paltry. This sovereign view was not intended for the likes of us, says Barrick. He shakes his head slowly. Who knew that all this was up here while I sat below, wasting my time trying to gather a group of followers from the refugees in Lethian's Crossing. The untapped power in this spire is astonishing, says Sirin. I must find out how to get some. The spire feels like a relay between you and Vendrian's Well, bridging some transference of energy on an enormous scale. You are the first link of a chain that stretches the length of the realm. As you struggle to understand the sensation, you grow aware of whispers around you. Okay, let's listen. The whispers themselves seem to travel down the tether between you and your spires, conducting heat that feels at times unbearable. They speak of your actions, your choices, everything that led you to this place. Your name is known, your banner recognized, your deeds reported across the tiers in the Northern Empire alike. But for an instant, you can see the accumulated hope and fear these whispers represent. It appears like dewdrops settling on a leaf, then trickling into a shared basin. This image is fed to you through your connections, a base metaphor that only hints at the true scope. There is power in these spires, though its source is unfamiliar. Were you to harness it, you suspect that nothing would stand beyond your reach. Unlocking the spire seems to have opened some deeper connection. Let's do that. I don't know what you've done, says Barrick, but standing near you warms my rusted plates, makes me feel lighter somehow. I feel it too, says Sirin. The air is thick up here, isn't it? Exactly the opposite of what you'd expect. The magic up here is almost a physical presence. You look taller somehow, says Verse. Like you could command a dozen gangs without any challengers to knife you in the back. Your power has increased. And we have 2 spires now. So, oh, I see. So I have the Sunset Spire and the Mountain Spire, which is of course Ventara as well, and this one is Lethian's Crossing. So, oh, new quest. Claim the remaining spire. Yes, I know, but I need, oh, I didn't see this before. Okay, so we have, I can hire, what the hell? We got recruits. We can go for 6 recruits. So we got Revas, a merchant, and with a motley connection of items to sell. Revas will create camping supplies periodically. Not really interested in that. Satas, a skilled... Oh, a skilled trainer who teaches unarmed... Oh, that's so important. Unarmed attacks, parry, dodge, and subterfuge. A skilled trainer who teaches one-handed weapons, parry, and athletics. Two-handed weapons, thrown weapons, dodge, and athletics. Where's the two-handed... Where's the one-handed... Thrown weapons, parry, and dodge? Okay. So... Parry and dodge and subterfuge, I'm gonna need that one. One-handed, I can only have 6 of these. So, a skilled trainer who teaches one-handed weapons, parry, and athletics. That might be good for me, because I need one-handed weapons as well, I think, because I have, you know, double two-handed stuff. Anyway, two-handed weapons, thrown weapons, dodge, and athletics. Not really interested in that one, I don't think. It's pretty cheap. So yeah, let's see. A battlefield scavenger with many unique items for sale. That sounds like pretty awesome, actually. They're pretty expensive though. But yeah, these are bronze rings, not steel rings or iron rings. But so let's see. It makes so much sense that it's expensive. I love that. So I'm gonna go with that one probably. A skilled trainer who teaches one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, thrown weapons, parry, and dodge. For Tyranny. Do I need that? Where's my trainers right now? Oh, there it is. So I have unarmed, parry, dodge, and subterfuge. One-handed, parry, athletics. So I need two-handed. That'll be that one. This is two-handed, thrown weapons, parry, and dodge. We have parry and dodge. We don't have thrown weapons, and we kind of could use that, to be honest. But I think it's better. Thrown weapons, dodge, and athletics. That trains athletics. This one is for two-handed weapons. This one does as well. So basically, athletics, we have that already. Yeah, this one is better. Let's go with that, and she can stay. Smithy regularly produces weapons. Is that a good idea? An old beast woman who regularly provides food to take into battlefield. Not really interested in that. Tychon the Swindler. A swindler from the Bastard City who is able to acquire valuable items left unattended. Yeah, let's buy that one. So we could buy... Let's not buy anything else over here. Let's see what we have. These are the forge upgrades. These are important. So we're going to go with a forge upgrade, and I'm going to build it right there. Are you sure you want to build this upgrade on this spire? This action cannot be cancelled. Well, I don't know what... The forge upgrade allows you to improve weapons and armor and forge powerful new items. Once built, resting in any spire grants a bonus to armor, parry, and dodge. Yeah. But what about these? Excuse the hiccup. Constructing training grounds allows you to recruit the finest skilled trainers in the tiers. Once built, resting in any spire grants a bonus to accuracy, athletics, and subterfuge. I want the forge for right now. Yes. Although, what I just did, I don't really know. Oh! Holy crap! Can we teleport to the other spire? Oh my god, we're gonna train. We're gonna train, but not here, unfortunately, because I have no idea, guys, what this is. But we're gonna explore it next episode. For now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Tyranny. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.